program is part of the Scene Project's podcast network. The Scene Project features interviews with independent musicians, comedians, and artists from across the Midwest. Become part of our community and support local art wherever you are. Welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and with me today is songwriter Larcette. Larcette, welcome to the show.
Hello there.
I'm so grateful to have you. We are spending quite a bit of time catching up pre-show because you're going to be part of our Songwriter Showcase program, one of our Nashville dates. We're really excited to have you there. That episode, whether it's aired or not before this, we'll have to see. Only time will tell. But we're going to focus a lot more on the music there, where today we're going to focus on the songwriter and the human being behind the song. So, Larsette, I always like to start off the episodes with a little bit of your backstory, and then we can kind of pick up the conversation from there. So the floor is yours.
Well, basically, I am actually going to be 55 years old, so that's kind of crazy in itself. But essentially, I finally found my passion in my role in this life. And I unfortunately found this path through some tragedy and some heartbreak that happened within my family. But again, long story short, because of that path, I found this passion to be able to share my voice with the world and hopefully help somebody out there that is in need of some good, uplifting music, telling a great story, and hopefully help them out in their future. So there is a huge passion that came out of all of this. So I am just so grateful to be able to have this opportunity to share my words with everyone, because the tragedy that did happen kind of kept me away from speaking anything for a really long time. And that's not going to happen anymore. I am going to share everything that I have to say that has been kept from me for so long. And I'm going to share it in my music. So I'm excited. I am so excited to be able to let everyone listen, and anyone that may have questions about how the song was derived, how it was put together. I'd be more than happy to share that with you, because that is, quite frankly, the story of my life. And a lot of my songs will be written as parts of my story. So it's kind of exciting.
I love that. And we talked about it last night on our live show, Love Noise, and talked about, songwriting often comes from a deeply personal space for all of us. For a lot of songwriters, writing songs is a form of therapy, right? It's how we have gotten through the things that have happened to us, or, through us, or whatever the case may be. It's how we process our emotions. It's how we get these things out of ourselves and into the world to hopefully inspire others to either find their own voice, or to work through a particular emotion or, situation in their lives. And I think that whenever you find that, it's just as powerful. For me, I've been writing songs since I was a teenager. But for others, it happens at a much later stage in our lives. And now songwriting has become a lot more accessible to everyone, because the aspect of the musical ability has kind of been opened up to the world through AI, through things, apps like Suno and others, right? I know that you mentioned you use a different app, but that it's now given an ability to take the words that mean a lot to you and have them come together as a true song. And I think that's so incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, when I was putting these songs together, Bubba, I can't tell you how locked in essentially I was. And then hearing my lyrics, my words, through music that I love music. I've always loved music. But more importantly, I listened to music because music often tells a story. So yes, when I was putting it together and listening to the vocals and the music in which I created to through my lyrics, um, was absolutely amazing. It was so heartfelt. It actually focused me so much that I got kind of crazy with it. And I just kept pumping out the lyrics. But it's different because a lot of people, when you talk about AI music, so many people come up with, well, that's AI, Tracy. Come on. There's no way that, you're going to go anywhere making music on an AI platform. And I'm just like, well, it's not necessarily the music entirely, it's my voice. And if this is a way for me to get my voice out there to be heard, then you know what? I don't care if it's AI or not, I'm doing it. Well, hello, I'm here today. I'm talking to Bubba. So, yes, I'm getting out there and I'm going to do something about it. In a lot of my songs, you will hear frequently the fist of strength. Now, that is used a lot because I often had to tell myself through this journey of the last 20 years or so that I do have strength. And I'm building it. I'm building that fist of strength. So a lot of my songs share that encouragement. Also, I talk a lot about the unspoken word. So, and emotions, how important they are to music and how important they are to those that are actually listening to it. So if you had a little history about where that music was derived from, and what types of listeners you're looking for, then yeah, I mean, this is the tune for you. So I'm definitely into it. I'm a little bit more than into it. I don't know. Is this a career change, Bubba? I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
as someone who found songwriting very early in my life, sorry, my cat was literally trying to eat my hand. I had to kick her out of the studio. Not to get distracted with you, but it is addicting, right? Once you get those kind of juices flowing, it's hard to turn them off sometimes. And especially I know what that bug is like to write a song, right? And granted, I'm a guitar player, so I've always written from the guitar and from that space, but then to bring those songs to other people and to have them start to form. And I think it's incredible. I find myself while, I mean, there's no money in music anyway. So what does it matter? These artists who
Right.
are getting
It's just an
kind of
expression.
getting exactly, and people
Mhm.
are missing the point of being a songwriter, getting an opportunity to tell your story. And just because you maybe don't have the musical ability of somebody who's spent 30 years plus playing an
Right.
instrument and learning how to do that, your story is just as important as theirs is. And the
Correct.
fact that you now have the ability to share that story regardless of the tools that you're using, to me it's kind of irregardless. I consider myself much more of a songwriter maybe than a musician, so I am able to maybe sympathize with that. Now, are you going to be able to take these out and to perform them, right? And that's something that we're talking about featuring you on the Songwriter Showcase program is, well, how do we share this? What does this look like to be able to do this where you can't just sit down with a guitar on a stage and to physically get those out there? But that's not necessarily what it's about. You are inside. There's plenty of people that are living in Nashville that can't play a lick of music, but they fancy themselves songwriters, right? And they would call themselves songwriters. And there are people that are published and are out there and in the world that are not musicians, but they are songwriters. Their words
Right.
have impacted the world in that way. So I don't
Right.
know why using AI to be able to get the thought out of your head and to be able to craft something, I don't know how that makes you any less of a songwriter.
And, to be honest, knowing that AI is out there, probably a lot of people are assuming, with writing songs, all you have to do is type in a topic, type in a chorus line, and AI prints out this little song for you. Well, it's not that cut and dry, and it's not that easy. It takes a lot of time and effort. You do have to find out what the best chorus is, how to use it, where to use it in your outline. There's so much more to just taking AI lyrics that are driven from your computer and popping it into an AI generator. There's so much more to it. It takes me a really long time just to create one song. So, and a lot of my lyrics did not come from AI. They were up here in my heart and all up here. One of my songs in my second album is called My Mind. And basically just letting everyone know that everything that's created from Larsette out there to you is created from this mind. So it's very inspiring. It's inspiring to me to be able to tell people that and to be so proud about it. But also that someone can take such great lyrics, put them out there and help somebody, share it, make somebody smile, whatever the case may be. I don't care if it's through an AI generator or not. The public is going to hear me. I know that, Bubba. The public is going to hear me. Some way, shape, or form, they're going to hear me.
And that's what it's about. It's about the expression. And does that expression affect another human being? And I think that's what's so cool about AI music and these, you know, these apps and these programs that are out there now to help people express themselves. And I think at the end of the day, that's why I'm passionate about it, because I feel like everyone deserves that chance to express themselves, whether they've spent, you know, a couple of decades learning how to play an instrument and dedicating themselves to that side. I don't know how to create AI music. So to say that just anyone can do it is not true. I use AI all the time, but I've never used it to craft a song and to do these things. And it would be a whole nother learning curve for me to do so. And I don't have any passion to do it. I don't care, but I also don't care if anyone else does it either. And I'm not going to besmirch your expression because I wouldn't do it that way.
Because of the tools that I used.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't matter. And maybe that's a much different take. I've never made any money in music, so maybe that affects me in that way as well, right? I mean, I've gotten paid to go out and perform live, but that's the only way I've gotten to perform, right? Is live. And I know that that's something necessarily that you will never be able to do, right? That's not a part of your journey, and that's okay as well.
But you know what? At the same token, Bubba, I was kind of hoping that maybe you might be able to share this with me. I don't know what is out there in the music world today as it applies to, you know, not being an actual vocalist. I do know that there are a lot of artists out there that are not the best singers in the world, but due to their producers and whatnot, things are given to those vocalists out there on stage, amazing performances without the voice. So I know that there is things out there that can give me the ability to do that. However, is it my destiny to be in a spotlight? I don't know that it is. I think it may just be writing those lyrics and having someone else express that for me vocally.
Well, and there are thousands of songwriters in Nashville alone that aren't the performers of the songs that they write. There are people that are out there writing songs for someone else's voice, and there's a whole economy of that. And it's
I'm hoping to reach out to that.
Yeah, well, and you're hanging out in the right place, right? You're going to Nashville, hanging out in our community, because we have plenty of people who are performers that can't write songs or that don't write songs. Like, they're more than capable musically of doing that, but they don't have that creative spark to write their own music. And they're brilliant performers. But I realize the more, and especially having as many conversations with people as I have now, that we all come from a different place. And it's very easy to get locked in and say, well, everybody's like me. Not everyone's like me that sits down with a guitar and writes from the heart. Some people just write songs to get famous. Some people don't
just
write
that catchy
songs
tune
at all and perform. Yes. So we all come from different areas of expression. We all have different motivations for that. It's about respecting each other enough to say, hey, I see your form of expression. I respect that. I appreciate that. And I'm not going to spend any time talking down or talking badly about the way that you created this. To me, it doesn't matter. And maybe that's probably what sets me apart from a lot of other people, but I don't feel threatened by AI, and I don't feel threatened by any other artist, to be perfectly honest. Our journeys are all of our own to walk. So how can your journey, affect mine, if only in a positive way? I don't see anyone as competition in the music world. And maybe that's a lot different than a lot of other people would. I know a lot of people feel threatened by AI right now, feel threatened by that because
Yes.
their livelihoods are being affected, whether it's on the songwriting or recording side. I know that people are probably losing work, but you have to be able to adapt to the world as it is around you, because not adapting is certain to befall certain trouble.
Right. And I have the ability right now to do whatever it takes to get myself out there to make this happen. So, and I don't want to pass up that opportunity. So, just meeting with you, Bubba, and just talking with you and understanding your goals for everyone that's in your community. I think it's inspiring, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I absolutely can't wait. Do you have any music that's out currently where people can find it and listen to it?
Yes. I am published on just about every uh, app, or I don't even know how this all works, but like Spotify, Amazon Music, TikTok, YouTube. Just the only place I have not yet to conquer is Apple Music, but everything is out there. My first album, it's called Strength and Love. There are 10 tracks to that album. And definitely get out there and listen to it, because let me tell you, you are not going to be disappointed. It's great lyrics, it's great music. And I hope it is inspiring for you in any way possible.
And all of that can be found under the name Larsette.
It can be Larsette. I'm not. That's essentially my stage name at this point. So, because I have, I'm known well in the area because of the work that I do. I'm also just one of those people that just likes to talk to everyone, and I smile all the time, hence the wrinkles. But yes, I just love being out there. I love talking, and social media. You'll find me on social media everywhere. I'm trying.
Fantastic. Well, I know single-handedly how hard it is, and I've been here. I've been songwriting for 25 plus years, and now we've been podcasting for going on 2 years as well, and building up this platform to support expression. At the end of the day, it's not just about the artist or the music that they play. We are in every way a genreless show, which may hurt us on some platforms, because everybody wants you to be so niche and to be in your lane. And I just refuse. I'm going to be me. And if people are going to accept that, then fantastic. And if not, I probably won't remember you anyway. So
Exactly.
really appreciate you, Larsette, for joining us today. I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person down there in Nashville
Likewise.
for the Songwriter Showcase. Thank you for spending some time with me today. And thank you for being part of the scene.
Thank you, Bubba. Thank you.
Imagine capturing the raw essence of nature, with its infinite color and beauty. Now, envision turning that into something truly transformative. Pure and easy tea cultivates the goodness of nature's bounty into fuel for your body. We are what we drink. Pure and easy tea, the pure nourishment your body craves.